Centuries had passed. Kokushibo never thought he would sense the presence of death from a group of children. But whether human or demon, when life is threatened, they will tap into their potential. His body was restrained, facing the attacks of the two strongest demon slayers. Kokushibo did not sit idly by. He unleashed a powerful force, knocking back the enemies in front of him. Michiro was cut in half at the waist. Sanemi's body was also sliced in two. Genya and Gyomi were severely injured. As for Kokushibo, his body was covered in blades. Without making a single move, he unleashed slashes equivalent to the number of blades. Michiro, cut in half, was reaching his limit. He knew that Sanemi and Gyomi would fight to the death, but Muzan was still alive. The two of them must not fall here. As the monster covered in blades unleashed his sword skills again, no one could be sure if they could dodge. The severely injured Michiro was anxious. He had to find a way to stop Kokushibo. Fueled by rage, Michiro instinctively gripped his Nichiren blade tightly, and just as his life was about to end, Michiro turned his Nichiren blade red. Because of the red blade, Kokushibo's body became stiff, and his insides felt as if they were being burned by flames. The two pillars aimed their attacks at Kokushibo's neck, but his sturdy neck wouldn't let the Nichiren blades advance an inch. Genya, who temporarily had demon traits, hadn't died. He manipulated the bullets he had previously shot into Kokushibo. After absorbing Kokushibo's blood, they grew wildly. Due to Genya's blood demon art, Kokushibo's body and techniques were restricted. When Gyomi's flail landed on Kokushibo's neck, Kokushibo still didn't give up hope of surviving. The strongest swordsman had died 300 years ago. He would never lose to anyone, even if the tree behind him sapped his strength, limiting his techniques. He would never lose. But when Kokushibo saw the red blade like Yoriichi's, he couldn't help but recall memories from centuries ago. Despite his refined skills, he couldn't find a successor. The breath style seemed destined to die out. At this rate, their swordsmanship might be lost forever. But to Yoriichi, his brother placed too much importance on them. In the long flow of time, they weren't such remarkable beings. Children with talents far beyond theirs might be born somewhere. Someday, they would reach the same heights as them. But to Kokushibo, only their generation had special talents. He took pride in that. How could anyone reach their level? But until he saw someone not using sun breathing with a blade like Yoriichi's. At that moment, Kokushibo's beliefs wavered. And because his beliefs wavered, Kokushibo was finally beheaded. But soon, Kokushibo corrected his thoughts. No, he hadn't lost yet. No, he hadn't lost. Even if beheaded, he would never lose again. Kokushibo's body hadn't collapsed. As long as he removed the Nichiren blade, he wouldn't die. Once the blood demon art and red blade effects wore off, he would become like Muzan, unable to die even if beheaded. And just then, Kokushibo grew a new head after being beheaded. Don't give up. Keep attacking. He was just beheaded. His body is still weak. We still have a chance to win. And his regeneration is much slower than Muzan's. Keep attacking his neck. At that moment, Kokushibo saw his hideous appearance reflected in the Nichiren blade. When he was young, Yoriichi had asked his brother, "Brother, is your dream to become the strongest samurai in the country? Then I will follow in your footsteps and become the second strongest samurai in the country." Until he saw his hideous self. Was this really the image of the strongest swordsman he pursued? He had become this way for the strength he sought. Because of his wavering heart, the place pierced by the red blade began to disintegrate again, and Gyomi's attack shattered Kokushibo's head once more. Unable to use techniques or blood demon art, with his beliefs shattered, his body couldn't regenerate. Seeking eternity, craving immortality, he had become this hideous form. No, it was all wrong. Yoriichi, from the beginning, all I ever wanted was to become you.